See, everyone, you have to understand this is how I meditate in my daily life. So when I live my life every single day, I seek to say for myself in my life, I say to myself, I see what's happening. I understand what I need to do. I understand I have to do I grow myself in every single kind of way. I make sure that I live my life the best way I can. I see what they're saying. I understand exactly what I have. I understand anyway, I'm going to grow. I'm going to grow anyway. I'm going to make sure that I live my life the best way I can. I'm going to do whatever I can to succeed. I understand every single day, whatever happens in my life is happening for me. I understand this is how I give ideas. I understand all I have to do is talk words, and that's that. I see anyway, so when I grow myself every single day, I realize to always say more words. I understand this is my prayer that I say to God. I see this is what I say to you, just for you and for everything else. I see anyway, I realize my dad's going to pass away. I realize my mum's going to pass away. I realize everyone's passing away. But that's a good thing because God said it's good. I see anyway, I'm going to live on. Everyone's going to live on. I understand I'm going to grow the best way I can so I can grow myself in any kind of way that I can. I'm going to do more than ever before. I'm going to try to do the best job I can. I'm going to make sure that I live my life the best way I can. I understand every single day I'm going to do the most I can do so that I can live my life the best way I can. I see anyway, I realize all I want to do every single day is just give a lot of information. I want to be making sure that I can help in some kind of way. I want to make sure that I can do a better job every single day so I can live my life the best way I can. I see anyway, guys, this is how I actually talk to myself on a daily basis. I try to actually always find something to do. I try to always find words to say. I try to always find the best way I can do life. I try to always do the best job I can so I can help myself to succeed. I realize life is not a competition with other people. I understand that. I understand that life is about helping other people to succeed. So if someone wants your girl, I realize if someone wants your husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend, I realize you have to let them have it. I realize it's much more let people have things. I realize the more you let go of what you have, the more you'll have what you need. I realize it's much more how I always understand how to talk because I understand how to actually live my life. I understand my life is not perfect. I understand it never will. I realize it never will be perfect. I understand that my life is also perfect and that it will always be perfect to me. I realize although I understand that there's so much improvement to go, I understand there's so much to do every single day. I understand that life can be a poem if you understand how to say. I understand anyway, so just realize, guys, that I'm always talking in a nice and beautiful way so that I can help myself to explain some things every single day. I'm understanding that if you want to do something every single day to succeed or to help yourself to do whatever it takes, to do whatever it takes to succeed. Approach that's what it's all about. I realize I just have to always understand that I have to talk a melody in my life. I have to talk about something because every single day I talk about something, I always express myself in some kind of way. I understand that it's much more about living the best kind of way. I understand if I want to do something to help myself to succeed, I have to always find the words to say so that I can help myself to daydream in life in any kind of way. I understand if I want to help myself to understand something about life, I have to always dig in for words. I have to always make sure that I'm meaning the best for everybody. I understand if I do something to succeed in my daily life, then I'm going to say whatever it is that helps me to succeed. I'm going to always speak the words that I can to make sure that people can live the best, so that I'm always going to speak the words I can so that people can always live in the best way possible so that everyone can understand how to actually play the game. I realize life is a game. I understand that my time on this earth is coming to an end. I realize although I understand that I will always live on no matter what happens in the end. I realize anyway, I understand every single day, just try to always find the words to say. I realize when you find the words to say, life will be a magnificent melody in your life, and you'll always be able to do something in your life to be able to succeed, to be able to understand, and to be able to make common sense. I understand if you want to help yourself to succeed every single day, you have to always reach in for words. You have to, every single day, make sure that you're always living the best life you can. I realize that's what life is about. I realize life is about learning. I realize life is about growing. I realize life is about helping people. I realize you have to understand, I don't have kids in my life. I realize it's much more at this point in my life. I realize how I can have kids. I can go out there. I can work all my life, and I'm always working. But the thing is that I want to teach. I want to teach as much as I can, because I understand something, that even though I haven't made a great name for myself yet, I realize although my information speaks for itself. I realize it's much more how many people are not following me these days because they think that somehow my information is evil. I realize I'm not an evil person. I just have words to say. I realize it's much more how I just speak my mind, and it's not about me being famous. I don't care about being famous. I care about helping people. I care about every single day understanding that I can speak words, that I can live my life the way I need to live it, that I can always understand what I need to understand. I have to always grow. I have to always make sure that I'm living my life the best way I can. I understand it's much more how I need to always understand how to grow. I have to always do the best job I can so I can live my life the best way. I understand every single day, no matter what happens, that I'm always going to love this world. I'm always going to help myself to succeed. I realize my world is in the world of wisdom. I realize that's my world. I realize my world is wisdom. I understand anywhere I search for wisdom, I can always go. I can always go wherever I want to go. I realize I can achieve anything I set my mind to, because my mind is the words I speak. I realize my beauty and the way I speak my words is everything to me. I realize every single day I'm always helping myself to understand how I can live my life. I realize I want to be alone, but then again, I understand how to be alone. I understand every single day that life is to be lived alone. I understand I came into this world alone. I'm going to die alone. Yeah. And guess what? I'm not ashamed about it. I understand every single day that's just a part of life. But you have to understand every single day that no matter what, that we're all together. Everyone's together in this world. I see when we care for each other. I see when we do something to help each other every single day to live that life that we can live. I realize all we have to do is always seek for the words, seek for the faith, seek for everything that we can to help us grow. I realize no matter what, I realize I have always more to say. I always have a better mindset than yesterday. I understand if I want to help myself to do anything in my life, I need to be able to always grow the best way I can. I need to always understand information. I need to go through information. I need to every single day help my mindset to grow. I need to understand that if I want to go out there and make events around people, or if I want to advertise myself online, or if I want to brand myself or become good in people's eyes, I have to do good in the world. I have to make sure that I get out there as much as possible and try to communicate my way to success. I understand it's the only way that I can do life. I understand that I'm not going to be in this position forever. I understand whatever's happening for me right now is going to happen in a better time also. But I understand also that life moves on, and that what stays the same also changes throughout time. I understand that this audio program sounds like a poem, but I'm understanding also that I understand how to speak and also teach within everything I do. I understand that if I try to actually grow myself in any kind of way, I want to make sure that I'm never negative and that I'm always positive in no matter what I say. I want to make sure that if I grow myself in my mindset, I want to make sure that people understand my mindset, that people truly understand how much I want to help, that people spread the word about Danny Milivojevic, that they always share me around as much as possible so that I live on in this world. I understand that maybe you are someone who is struggling, or maybe you want to help yourself to succeed. That's why I understand information is the way. And if you understand how to go through information every single day, you can study information, you can actually grow from it, you can actually do whatever you want from it. And you'll be able to always explain yourself in a way that you've never explained before. And you have to understand it's much more always explain yourself and always try to explain more about yourself. I mean, try to always be in the spotlight as much as possible, but understand that no matter what, that life always comes to an end. I see when life comes to an end, that's when life begins. I realize there is no ending in this world. I understand I promise you, there is only a beginning. I see every single day, you're always beginning to live. I realize that's the whole point of a journey. I realize the journey of life happens for a reason. I realize many people don't listen to me because they think that somehow my information is going to they think that my information is not going to help them. I realize the thing is that those people who think like this, in a way that negative information goes into the world, and you have to realize that positive information always fills up negativity. But the thing is that my information is always positive. I always try to be a positive person. And I'm understanding that I never try to do negative information. I try to care about negative information. I try to care about what the news is saying. I try to care about everything. So if someone says that someone has been killed, or something has been in a car accident, or somebody died in a bombing, or somebody died whatever, I realize I try to care about that information. I try to nurture that information. You know what I'm saying? I try to help myself to understand everything about life. I realize the good and the bad. I try to understand it. I try to understand, yes, there's always going to be negative information going in life, but you have to understand negative information helps you to understand it. And you have to understand everything about life, regardless of what it is. And you have to care about all kinds of information, no matter if it's positive or negative. So every single day I'm understanding that every single day I have to reach in for words. I have to always reach in for a better mindset. I have to teach my mindset to people because I have something special. I have a mindset. I have something that people need. I have something that people need in their life. And I understand that the more I grow my mindset, the more people have to hear it, and the more people have to understand exactly what I'm talking about, because I understand how to get to a place of richness. I understand how to get to a place of spirituality. I understand how to actually live my life on a daily basis, because I'm always doing my life in a better way. And now I'm understanding that if you always want to grow within what you say, you just have to speak the words regardless of anything that's happening in your life. I realize when you talk words every single day, and no matter what happens, you're always going to find your way. I realize every single day, just find the way of life. I mean, find and seek something even greater than what you are. I promise you, try to always help in a greater way. Try to always understand that there's always a way to help people. See, even though people have to have information, they also have to have a lot of information. I realize information is something that nurtures you. It makes you a better person to be around. I understand every single day that the more information you have, the wiser you become as a human being. I understand that people have called me everything in life. I realize everything that I am is everything. I realize I just have to always understand that you have to understand that back then when I was younger, I'm always growing younger every single day. But the thing is that there is such thing as getting old. And when you get old, you get wiser. But when you get younger also, you get wiser also. And then you have to understand that no matter what happens, never stop seeking information. Never stop seeking something that can help you. I understand that if you always understand something about life, you're always going to get to a better place in life if you really understand how to grow. I realize every single day you always have to do something to help yourself to always stay connected, to understand, to separate yourself from the pack and make sure that you help people regardless of what you're doing. I understand that no matter what, Try to stand out. Try to actually every single day do something that is unique. Do something every single day that people can consume your information, that they can help you in some kind of way, so that you can help other people as well, so that you can understand how to grow, so you can understand it's about consuming information and it's about giving information. So what you consume is what you give, and what you give is positive information. You try to grow people's mindsets, you try to do whatever you can to speak words. I realize every single day I'm understanding that no matter what, that if I leave anything on the table, then I'm going to leave ideas. I'm understanding that every single day I'm going to try to do more. I'm going to try to push myself in my comfort zone. I'm going to try to change my behaviors and try to every single day live the best life that I can live in information and inside wisdom. I'm going to try get all the wisdom of the world that I can in my life. I'm going to try and nurture myself the best way I can. I'm going to do whatever it takes to take care of myself in every single kind of way. I'm going to make sure I get enough sleep, that I'm going to make sure that I make common sense, that I make everything come true for me. Because I understand that's what life is. I understand life is always about helping yourself to grow, understanding much more information, understanding how to get smarter, understanding that no matter what happens, that you have to always help people. And now you have to understand also that people who don't want to be helped, I realize you have to let them be. I realize you can help everyone that is willing to learn. I realize those people who are not real. I realize I can say that those people who are not willing to learn, I realize you can't teach them. You understand? They have to teach themselves how to learn. I realize although you can teach people who are willing to learn, and you have to realize you can do anything in this world, but you have to understand how to try to convince people to a better way of mindset. You have to understand you have to sell yourself, you have to brand yourself, you have to come off as a person who is a role model, and you have to understand you're an individual, you're an entity, and you have to make good in this world. I realize never do evil things in the world, never do anything of violence. Make sure every single day you learn from your mistakes. Try to every single day do the best job you can. I realize if I was ever in prison right now, I understand that I would be doing wisdom work. I would be actually working on myself regardless of the situation. I realize that every single day you have hope in making sure that you grow from everything that you are. Try to grow wherever you are. I understand that people can always live a greater life if they create more meaning in their life. I realize the more you learn, the more you grow, the more you understand life, the more you understand how to grow. And you have to always understand that there's always more work to do, you understand? I understand how it is when people are not listening to you, understand? I understand when you got something to say and when people are not following you, and when you're doing something and when you're doing everything you can to help people, but they don't want to cherish it, they don't want to go through that information. I understand how it is, but you have to realize that somehow you are making an impact in the world regardless of that information. I understand that regardless of what's happening in your life, that you have made a difference in the world in some kind of way. I realize the moment you came into this world, you made a difference. You understand? You tried to always make sure that in some kind of aspect of your life that you're doing better in some kind of aspect, you understand? And you have to understand that when you came into this world, you shined light into this world. You have to understand that you are totally innocent in this world, and no matter what happens, that nobody can ever put anything on you. You have to understand everyone's innocent in this world, no matter what they do, because they don't know what they're doing. You have to understand that people who kill people don't know what they're doing. You have to realize that because they got some negative information in their life, you have to realize that's why they did it. You have to understand it's because they didn't learn in life. They didn't learn how to overcome those feelings. They didn't know how to understand how to overcome their situations. So they had to do a bad thing in the world so that they could learn from it. You understand? So you have to realize everyone's innocent. No matter what happens in life, just make sure that you stay around innocence in life. Stay around people who are doing good things. You understand? So if you stay around good things in life, you're always going to have good things happen for you. You understand? So you have to realize that the more good things you do in life every single day, the better your life is going to be. I understand that no matter what happens, you always have to find something to say. You always have to find something to do. You have to understand that no matter what happens in your life, you're always doing better. You're always teaching the better mindset. You're always teaching something that's growing you, that's actually helping you to understand more about life. Understand that no matter what happens, never ever be upset about how much you're doing. Make sure you understand, try to always understand that you're trying your best to do as much content as possible every single day, that you're trying to actually grow in some kind of way. So make sure that no matter what happens, that people have the best information of the world every single day, because that's way, in terms of that way, you have to understand you have to be doing content. You have to be doing a lot of content. And when you do a lot of content, then you can understand much more about life. I realize if you want to be set free in this life, it's not the money that's going to set you free. I realize money is a good thing, and it's a good thing to have in life. And money is wisdom. You have to understand, money is wisdom. So if you just go for wisdom instead of money, then you're going to always have what you need. Yes, and you have to realize money is a good thing. It's just wisdom. You have to understand every single day. Many people think that money is a bad thing, that people think that money is evil. You have to understand, money is not evil. Money is a good thing. Money is a tool. Money is something that you can help yourself to grow with. You have to understand every single day, anything that's a means of transaction is called money and wisdom. You have to understand everything's wisdom in life. All the words of the dictionary is wisdom. I realize every single day, try to do the best job you can. Every single day, understanding that no matter what happens, you're always going to live in the best way you can. So that you understand that no matter what happens, that you're going to do something to always understand how to live life. You understand? You have to live life. You have to truly see exactly how you're going to live. You understand? You have to always understand to see it before it happens, and always understand that there's always more to go around. You understand? There's always more information. There's always more money to go around. There's always much more giving to do. You understand? You have to understand there's always more work to do. And you have to understand that no matter what happens, always try to do the best job you can, and always push yourself to make sure that you're giving content, that you're always doing a much better job than yesterday, that you're always living the best life you can. You understand? You have to, no matter what happens, always live the best life you can. You understand? You have to always do something that no matter what, that you've never done before, so that you can understand something new, that you're doing something new in your life, that you're always trying something new, to experiment, to do something with everything that you can give, so you can understand life, so you can understand a better way of doing something in life. So every single day, try to give much more mindset, try to give much more work, try to give much more of whatever it is that you're giving, so that you understand that no matter what, that you're giving something of some kind of nature that is nice, that is positive, that is good will, that is your heart, that is your soul. You're giving a lot of work. You're making sure you're making your dreams come true. You understand? Your dreams have to be wisdom. You have to understand your dreams has to be something that is just learning. You have to be always learning in your dream. Whereas you have to be living in your life in a way that you're always accordance to what you're saying. You're always doing your actions to your words. You're always understanding that your actions have to feed your words. And you have to understand that your words have to feed your actions as well. And you have to understand you have to connect the dots. You have to understand, search for information out there, because that information is always going to make you wiser. It's going to make you a better person to be around. It's going to make sure every single day that your life is the best it can be. So seek that information. Seek as much information as possible every single day. Try to understand that no matter what happens, that information is always going to be your comfort zone, and it's always going to be making you uncomfortable as well. In a sense, so you have to realize every single day, no matter what, make sure that you're always growing. Make sure every single day that you're always doing something for the planet to grow. Yes, and so every single day, try to give as much information as possible. Try to live your life the best way you can. And then try to help as many people as you can in this world, so that you can be set free, so that you can understand all you're trying to achieve in that is wisdom. All you're trying to achieve is a greater way of life, you know what I'm saying? So you have to realize you have to push yourself for that. You have to push yourself to work every single day. You have to understand work comes in all formats, and everybody needs to be working. You understand? You have to be working on yourself the most. You have to realize everything of this world is you. You understand? So no matter what, everyone's trying to work at something. Everyone's trying to learn at something. I realize you have to understand every single day. Try to understand that no matter what, every single day, no matter what happens, you're always living that life that you need to live. You understand you're traveling, you're living, you're doing something. You have to also realize that when you travel through words. You travel as much as you can. Try to always be traveling in your life. Try to always understand that life is where you go. You have to realize where you go is your words. And where your words go is where you are, and that's who you are, and that's what you stand for. You understand? And people have to understand what you stand for. They have to understand exactly what you mean about life, and you have to understand you have to be helping in some kind of way. So always seek to help people, always seek to find the information to say, and try to always live that lifestyle that you can live, that you can always do something in your life to help make something come true for yourself. You understand? So you have to always understand that life isn't perfect, but life is perfect also. And you have to understand every single day your life has to be much better than perfect, and it has to be every single day better and better and better, so that you can understand every single day about wisdom, and so you can understand that no matter what, that all you're trying to do is grow as a person. And that's the life that you need to be living. You have to be living that life where you're growing. You have to understand that growth is everywhere, and wherever you go, you're always expanding your comfort zone as much as possible when you're growing. And you have to realize that no matter what, every single day, always do leadership, always do as much content as you can, so that you can understand how to feed your mind, so that you can understand how to actually do something in your life that's going to help you. You understand? So no matter what happens, every single day, do as much as you can so you can live life to the best aspect, so that you can understand that no matter what, that you can do the best job you can, so that you can live in some kind of way that you've never lived before, so you can do things and experience things that you've never experienced before, so you can understand how you can talk about it and you can live about it, and you can actually help people with that information. So if it's not helping other people, then don't do it. You have to realize, do something that only helps other people, and that way you're always going to understand that you're always giving an experience of some kind, and that people can understand your experience. And the more they understand your experience, the better you've helped them in life.